Good morning. Hello. Today is January 30th, 2023. And the word of the day is joy. So this word has really surprised me in what came through this morning. And so I don't know if you guys know of the author David Hawkins. He is a teacher of consciousness. And he basically was able to measure frequencies of words like from death to enlightenment. And they all vibrate at a certain level, hertz level. So they can measure this in waves. And according to David Hawkins, which I did not know, that joy vibrates higher than love. So joy vibrates at a frequency of 540. And you can look this up. This is all over the internet. Love vibrates between 500 and 540, and joy goes to 540 to 600. And I find that so fascinating that joy vibrates at that number. And so what is joy? Joy is basically pleasure, happiness, and elation. So in my meditation this morning, I asked, what would it take for me to go to my next level of joy? And I thought, and the thought that came through was worry less. So one easy way that we can experience more pleasure, more joy, more happiness is simply removing worry. Well, I can give you the shortcut to like how to no longer worry. And for me, it was like a quantum jump. And I just said to myself, well, worry doesn't happen. Worry only happens on the human level. But since I am a spiritual being living in a human body, it is not real. So the only thing that is constantly occurring at your true identity is joy. So one way that we can check ourselves of whether we're in the human condition or the spiritual condition is to pay attention to what we are experiencing. And sometimes these things are so close to us, it's hard to like really see them, because I equate, sometimes it's like a fish in water. A fish doesn't know that it lives in the environment of water unless you take it out. And because we are constantly swimming in the state of consciousness, which is our thoughts, our belief systems, and it's so normalized to us, it's like our environment, if you will. And so we're so used to an environment, and it takes to be in a different environment, like the physical condition, let's say that's your everyday life. The different environment that gets me out of my human condition is my spiritual condition. And usually, like I've said this before, it happens to me through meditation. It's my gate of access to harmonizing with the truth of who I am. So when I asked the question today, it was like, what needs to happen for me, for my thoughts, my belief systems to shift to experience more pleasure? And the answer was worry. So, like I said, you can quantum jump it and you can just tell yourself the truth if it's believable to you. For me, that's believable, that I'm a spiritual being living in a human body. I'm not a human body living in a spiritual being. It's the opposite. And so since I believe, and it's true to me, that worry is only occurring on the human level, on the physical level, on the planet level, and it's really not occurring on the spiritual level, the true identity of who you are. And so every time, now this is practice, of course. So when we get into things that are not of our spiritual makeup and of our true identity, it takes practice to shift out of it because we're conditioned. We still live in a physical human body and we live around other people who are caught up in different things or our own stuff. And so that's why the practice is so important, to return to the truth of who you are. And so that's all I have for you today. I got lipstick on my teeth. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Have an amazing day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at. And sorry, I have one more thing that I wanted to add. So the context of today is being in the zone of joy, being in the zone of pleasure, being in the zone of happiness. And it's simply just setting your intention. So basically, you're just going to say, I intend to be in the zone of joy today. And all the stuff that I mentioned earlier, you can ask yourself, and maybe yours is going to be different than mine. And you'll be free from that when you know the truth. Because it's playing in the undercurrent of your life. So worry, before I addressed it today and uprooted it, was playing in the undercurrent of my life, but I was unconscious. I was unaware of it because it's like probably been there my whole life. And I grew up with it. I've seen people around me do it. So it's kind of like an internalized, I want to say like CD that's playing, record. It's a record that's playing, that's consistent in the background of my life. So energetically, I'm attracting that, right? So, but once I remove that record, I free myself from that playing in the background in my life, and it allows me to be available for pleasure, for happiness, for elation, for all the things that are associated with joy. So I hope that clarifies things for you, and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.